Morning. It's been a month and a half basically at this point. I feel like I need to release an update. So I can say the break has been very good for me. In the past, I took a short break, 6 months, whatever it was ago. And all that was, it was not a real break. It was just to try to get ahead in production because I was kind of getting behind. I like to have some lead time where I have videos ready to go for when unexpected things do come up. But, eventually I just ate through that lead time. And every week was like, I got to do a video this week. And it's not necessarily pressure that's put on me, from subscribers or members or anything like that. Am I recording? Okay. It's something I put on myself, and that was needed just to kind of keep me going. A video a week, it was just a good benchmark to try to hit, and it kept things going for a good long while. And part of the reason I did that is because I just tend to jump from interest to interest, and even from community to community. I was in a Battlefield 4 platoon years ago, playing on a PS3, which is odd for me. I'm normally a PC gamer, but eventually I was like one of the main kind of members after the platoon split off into the new one, and I was a big part of that, and I was kind of the resident video maker for it. And so that all those videos are still on my personal channel, and eventually it just kind of fizzled out, kind of thing. I mean, that's just how everything is. I got really into Pokemon Go for a long time. I was in 4 different communities around my city. With the last one being a big part of it, one of the ringleaders, which was a big group of ringleaders, eventually with that, my sciatica, I couldn't walk. I can't really be on my feet for more than about 10-15 minutes before my leg starts going numb. So that severely limits a lot of things in my life. Pokemon Go chiefly. That was my primary form of exercise, was going out for walks before and after work some days. For miles, and Pokemon Go was something that kept me going through that. And when I lost that ability, it just really kind of screwed things up. So what have I been doing throughout all this break? I mean, I've been doing a lot. I'm trying to do things around the house, actually concentrating on my health. I feel like the last break I put on a few Band-Aids, but I've really got to start attacking the roots of the problems. So in that video, I think I kind of teased or mentioned that I was dealing with a lot of dizziness every day, all day, dizzy, and you'll get a lot of answers if you start asking people what that could be. And that's why I didn't go into great detail in that video, because I didn't want a bunch of internet diagnoses. Because I know people mean well, but it's different for everyone, and it was just a happenstance kind of thing where I finally kind of figured out it could be anxiety, which still makes no sense to me. I didn't consider myself an anxious person. I don't really have things to stress about in my life like the people around me do. I don't have kids. I don't have a very stressful job. It can be demanding time-wise, nights and weekends and being on call and those kind of things. But it's a good job. I love my boss. I love the people I work with, which is only very few people. And that's what I wanted. I was so sick of the corporate machine. So I was, it didn't make sense to me, but maybe it does, because I just things like not getting enough exercise. My health was kind of slipping over the years. It's something I've been on, the weight roller coaster my whole life. When I was like 12, I was overweight, and then I kind of slimmed up at 14, and through my 20s kind of stayed fairly fit, and then kind of up and down ever since then. Because I'm not into sports, I'm not going to go running. I do like getting out on my bike, and that's something I've really gotten back to lately. Riding either trails. I love trail riding. It's something my orthopedist said I should probably avoid, but it beats the alternative of being completely sedentary. So I've also been doing some riding just on like paved paths and parks and things around town. Basically, wherever I end my day at work, which could be anywhere in, around my city, I just try to find somewhere to go ride for a bit, and that's really good for me because I have to do something I enjoy. I'm not going to just sit in the living room and do sit-ups all morning. I have to enjoy it, or I just won't stick to it. And at this point, I think this break will continue on for a while. I think I will just go ahead and cancel memberships. I'm absolutely so thankful for anyone who has been a member for any length of time. Some of them are at like 21 months now, which is just incredible. And it means the world. But at this point, I'm not going to say I've just lost my love of Lego. I just don't feel the motivation right now. And even with videos, I felt like I was forcing myself through the end, and that's just not a good way to do things, especially because this channel is a hobby and it's not something I'm looking to turn into a business or anything like that. That was never the intention. I've never done any sponsorships, despite having opportunities to, or reviews or anything like that. I've just kind of always done my own thing, and that's why it's a little bit easier to just say, that's the only real change, is shutting down memberships. The videos will still be up. I'm not going to delete anything. I'll continue to get some ad revenue, but honestly, it'll be every other month, because if it's less than $100 in a given month, it just rolls over to the next month until it's over 100, which none of that really matters to me. I do need to kind of recoup costs because I've spent so much over the last few years on Lego. But that certainly helped, especially the memberships, helping me to meet that $100 threshold every month and those kind of things. I'm not really looking to just kind of sell off my whole collection. I'm going to keep things for now, and I haven't really made any big sweeping changes. As I've been doing projects around the house, I have debated on taking down the AquaZone layout and that table. And one of the things that stopped me, I was watching Breaking News. If you don't know what Breaking News is, if you've ever found yourself turning down the radio in your car to see better and you enjoy Lego, you will like this podcast. It's always a good time. Alex Nunes and Jason, they do a great job. And Alex himself mentioned something about when I said I was taking a break. He's like, oh no, we need an update on the AquaZone layout.
This is Battery Powered Bricks we're talking about. Yep. That does a great channel, and great like I love his Aquanauts. That's like, I was sad. I was like, but I want to watch your Aquanaut stuff, But I totally respect that. And
that's one of the things that was a little bit out of my, I don't want to say comfort zone, but out of my wheelhouse. I just don't do big projects like that. But maybe I'll look at it again. I think part of it is that when you make a video about everything, it slows things down, kind of makes things a little less fun. I can't explain how disjointed things get, where you have, this pile of 3 packages, and you've got to write on them or make notes to yourself of which packages are which pile they go into, which video they're going to go towards, and you can't open them until you make the video. I have a package downstairs I need to unbox, so I guess there probably will be a video at some point unboxing that. But it just kind of changes everything around. You can't work on things late at night or when you're sick because, well, I need to film this, or it just really gets kind of crazy. But that's not to say I'll never make videos again. I've often toyed with the idea of doing more videos on my personal channel. I even have almost, I wouldn't say half a video, a third of a video that I've worked on, a scripted video, computer video. And it's just on the cutting room floor, along with so many Lego projects on the cutting room floor, and so many ideas and things I had prepared and bought things for to do. And again, I just don't feel the motivation right now. But I definitely think it probably will happen. I tend to go through cycles with different hobbies and things like that. The more I'm getting out of my bike and working on my health, the more able I am to do things in my life and have a little more stamina, to do things. I won't say that, this is the end, but this is the end for now, for a while. I really just need to concentrate on working on myself for a while. And it's not really something I can do while trying to do weekly uploads to YouTube. In some ways, I think YouTube is a good thing and a healthy thing for me, but at other times it can be unhealthy. So I don't want to return until it is, if that makes sense. Double check my notes here. I think that's probably about it. This is just very rambly. I did not mean to go into this much detail on some things, and just, I don't know. I think that's mostly it. So yeah, I'm filming this outside. This is something I've never done before for this channel. But this is my upstairs porch here. It's a great little area, but the problem is it just builds up with inches of just pollen and dust, especially after the yard gets done and things like that. So I'm looking to find some kind of shade things I can close over these windows and everything, the screens here. I don't want to completely seal it off because there's no HVAC out here, it'd be an issue. But if I can get it cleaned up, this is a good sized area to set up some train track. I've never had, a space this big before, a continuous rectangular space. So I don't know, that could happen at some point, but I have a lot of work to do to build up to that. I need to work in the Lego room and organize and at least clear a path. It's so bad right now. It is awful. But it's one of those things I need to work on here and there. And I'll just be slowed down if I try to make a video about it. I mean, the last time I made a lot of progress the last time I did a big kind of cleanup and organize. It turned out to be 3, maybe 4 videos. I think one of them was members only. It was like cutting room floor kind of extras. But it is something I'm glad about. I don't have a ton of videos that are members only. I never really wanted to put a bunch of stuff behind the paywall. It was more if you want to support the channel versus getting a bunch of extras. And that's just reflects my attitude towards memberships and Patreon and all that stuff. For me, it's never really been transactional. It's like, thank you for what you've done, rather than, I paid you $2 this month. Where's my 5 videos and a special personalized shout out? Or, it's So I think that's it. Definitely, if you want to keep up with things, join our Discord. If nothing else, I'm at least there kind of reacting and to the projects that others are doing. I'm not really sharing anything because I haven't done anything with Lego in a month and a half. I just haven't touched it at all. But I still try to keep up with the community. I still watch every breaking news, every AFoOL podcast, even if I don't get a chance to comment. I'm like driving and then I'm thinking of things to comment, but by the time I get to my destination, it's completely out of my head. But thanks to everyone for coming along for this journey. I wouldn't say it's over, and I'm still around. I'm not hard to get a hold of. But I'm really proud of what we've done here. I say we because I couldn't have done it without everyone else. Anyone who's watched the video, left a comment, members, the AFoOL guys, going on that podcast. Is it 5 times now? I can't remember. I really think that helped to build the community, especially early on when I was getting started. And, I never wanted to blow up. It's a good thing. I'm actually glad I'm not like at 1 million subscribers, like, trying to tell 1 million people I'm taking a break. 10,000's a lot, but this video, I will be very surprised if this video gets 1,000 views. But I wanted to upload it for people who care. So if you watch this long, you care, and that means a lot to me. It really does. So is this the end? It's the end for now, but don't count me out just yet. Remember to play well, guys. Thanks a lot.